Yo, SojuTalk Nation! On this week's episode, we'll be covering Fuego releases from Kang Daniel, Wheein, Newest, and Day 6. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage, including I.O.I Reunion, and new groups and big comebacks. And finally, in State of the Nation, we discuss Kingdom Episode 3. So turn up the volume because we coming in hot. Hit me with that intro. Hey, what's up everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 135, and we're recording on Monday, April 19th, 2021. I'm Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
Alright, quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. Alright, announcements. This is a quality of life announcement.
Okay.
We are gonna push back the release of the pod an hour or so. Right now, we're releasing this at 7 a.m., which means that I wake up at like 6:15 a.m. to release this on days when I have like no work and stuff. It's a struggle. Like, I'll just say that. Sometimes it's like 6:30, and I'm the type, if I'm up, that's it. I'm awake for the day, you know? Like, right. It's happening. I can't just drop the pod and go back to bed. So for my sanity, we will be releasing the pod sometime like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. depending on like when I wake up and when it's like when I'm ready to do it, because right now, like, sometimes it's just struggle city.
Okay, so you're saying you're gonna push it from 7 to potentially 8 or 9. Yeah. So like an hour or two.
Yeah, I need a little more beauty sleep because God knows I need it. Right?
I don't think people are waiting by the minute to the show.
Hey, they are, dude.
Okay, bro. So just to be clear, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Yes, Eastern time.
Okay. Not like Korean Standard Time.
No, Eastern time. I just need a little more sleep because right now it's a struggle.
Well, Doug, I hope you get lots of sleep. I heard sleep is crucial for good skincare. If you care about your skincare, yeah, you should get lots of sleep.
All right, thanks Warren for letting us know that. But more on part one. SojuTalk episode 135. You know, big new releases, spicy song king, and music show winners. Let's get it. All right, big new releases. First one, Kang Daniel's Antidote. So he is from his own company, Connect Now. Debuted 2017 with 101, 2019 as a soloist. Last 3 songs were Paranoia, Who You Are, and Waves with 14 music show wins. That's a pretty good amount for a solo artist.
He's very active as a solo artist, you know? He's done a lot of stuff recently.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about how we got to do Kang Daniel's song today, because it was a bit of a
journey.
So we asked our patrons, and a lot of them are on our Discord, like, which songs do you want to do this week, because there was a lot of them. Initially, Kang Daniel had lost. He had gotten 5th place, and we have a rule of 4 right now, where we only do 4 songs. He lost to the A-Pink song, Thank You. We only realized this morning, though, that that's a 10th anniversary single, so it's not really technically a comeback. So therefore, we reintroduced Kang Daniel. Anita was surprised because, like, this song has like 35 million views right now.
Yeah,
like,
I checked. I was like, oh, okay.
It feels kind of weird, so like that's why we did it. Warren, how'd you feel about this one, though? Antidote.
I mean, I feel like if I were to make a guess as to why people didn't vote for this track, I feel like we had a lot of like Kang Daniel comebacks or something.
True.
Yes.
He's become a little accessible, you know? Like,
I also think he's very divisive, but we can talk about that later.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I've been on the other side of the divisive spectrum for a while. Let's be honest. I've tried to say a lot of nice things about the lad. I could have said a lot of other things about the lad, but hey, this song I kind of dig. I kind of like.
There you go.
Yeah, look, I feel like in terms of production, it was very solid. In terms of his vocal quality, I feel like it was a lot better and like a lot cleaner. A lot stronger too. And like the production was very like catchy almost. Like it starts with these distorted synths in the beginning, right? Like the like that thing, like that. Right, and like that, like instantly engaged me, even without the music video. As soon as it started playing, I was like, okay, we're going, we're going. Something's happening, like I thought that was really cool. And like in terms of production is sure it's a little bit of a generic trap R&B kind of deal, but I think a lot of it was really well done to the point where it was like very enjoyable. And on top of that, Kang Daniel's vocals, which I've like crapped on a couple times in the past. I don't know. I thought I probably shouldn't crap on it this time because it's pretty not crap. It's pretty good.
Okay. Honestly, my biggest thing that I circled here was improvement as a vocalist, because if we think about him back on like Produce, he was like relegated to being the smiley kid in the center who does some of the rapping parts, right? That was like his role dancer back in the day. Right. And a dancer a little bit, on the side. I think he's definitely improved in the dance and the singing portions a lot. Like, and this music video really demonstrates that. I thought the song was okay. I think it's pretty similar to Paranoia, but I think this one's way better than Paranoia. I think this is an improvement from that. It's still along the same kind of vibe, though. What'd you feel, Anita, though?
I think I preferred Paranoia over this one, but I do feel like this showed. I feel like he's been trying out a lot of different sounds, a lot of different kind of vibes in his comebacks. This one I thought was really nice because, like Warren mentioned, it has like a trap beat, but kind of like a rock type trap beat, because there's like this guitar in the background that I thought was really cool. Exactly. I thought it was nice that it has a different, like, it's not your typical type generic maybe type of trap beat. And of course his dancing, I think he's definitely leaned onto that in this one, which I really appreciate because I think it's his strongest suit ever since 101. So I'm glad that he's showcasing that way more.
Do you agree with Doug here, where he said that his choreography and dance has improved as well?
I think so. I feel like, to be honest, he's always been a good dancer, in my opinion. Since 101, I don't think he was in the center as much. Maybe in the Produce series, but he did rank pretty high, and that was what he was really popular for. Like personality, yes, but also the dancer. So I feel like in the beginning of his solo career, I thought he was kind of losing that a bit to showcase his vocals, and it was a little rough because that wasn't his thing. But now I feel like he's going a little bit back to the choreo, and his vocals have improved, so it's better all around, I think.
I feel like it all came together almost. Like I like very explicitly remember the first like chorus drop where like da 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 dong dong. Oh, that part, like and like it like there's like a shot of like there's like an eagle eye view, almost like a bird eye view on the and like there's like 8 people dancing, and like there's like an eye thing in the back on the floor. This sounds weird when I say it like that, but you know what I'm saying, right?
I know what you're saying.
That part was like so like it was like whoa, like like look at him go, like it was like sound wise and visual wise, it like really came well together, and that was really nice. What I wasn't sure about the choreo though, was near the end where he's outside now. There's like a lot of sunlight. He ran outside.
Yes.
And he's like outside. He's like, yay, I like sunlight. Vitamin B, great. And he's like dancing in the sunlight. And then there's like shots like from like under his crotch. And I was like, why are we getting this shot?
Okay,
fan service.
I don't know.
I wouldn't say that. I thought it was okay. The way I understood it is that in the set that he's in, like it looks like the top of a skyscraper or somewhere. Yes. He's dancing on a mirror, right? So you're seeing the sky and him reflecting. So that's the shot that you get in the music video as well sometimes.
No, but I'm still seeing his crotch. Like I'm like, why are we focused in?
Why are you complaining, sir? That leads me to a good point, though. That leads me to a good point somehow.
It does?
I guess the point I'm trying to make was I honestly felt like Kang Daniel as a solo artist is dependent on, do you like Kang Daniel as a person or not? Do you like his crotch? I don't know.
What?
But but I guess that I know there's a lot of people who just aren't a fan of him as a solo artist and the type of music he makes. I was sort of in that boat. I think I'm starting to convert a little to the point where I do understand where they're trying to go with it, and I think that the package they're presenting starting to make more sense to me. I think it's taken a little bit of time on that, and I think that's good to see, because I think before it was really heavily reliant on, do you like Kang Daniel? Period. Not as a musician, but as a person and who he is in the industry. but I think we're finally starting to ask ourselves, do we like Kang Daniel because of the K-pop artist he's becoming?
I 100% agree, and like, if I'm to be very honest, I think I told this to Doug and Anita before we started recording, but this has been like my song where my opinions of the guy does like a 175. You know.
Okay,
like,
so I kind of agree. Yeah. I'm pivoting a little towards there as well.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the next one. So we have Wheein's Watercolor. So she is from RBW, debut 2014 with Mamamoo, 2018 as a soloist. Her last two solo songs were Goodbye and Easy, and she has 42 music show wins with Mamamoo. Wait, okay, I'm not doing that sound effect. I like this one.
Okay, you go first. You be the positive person.
This was my favorite track this week. I thought.
Wow.
I thought it was solid and groovy. I think it's sort of more of the more modern Mamamoo song, but it does still have sort of the groove elements that we get from an older Mamamoo style. So I thought it was a good blend there. I like the bass throughout. I think that the strong suit of this song obviously is just her vocals. I think it really plays well with the song that they're presenting. One thing about the music video, they have a bunch of random like foreigners in the music video. Like, how do I get to be in these music videos? I could wear some streetwear and jump around in the background too. Like,
I don't think they were jumping around in the background, were they?
I think they do a little bit towards the end. They have like party shots.
Oh, okay.
I always wonder though, when they have
first of all, you need to be in Korea.
When they have these music videos, right? And like we need like there's a type of scene where they have the K-pop artist who's generally of Asian descent, Korean, Chinese, Japanese typically up there, and then they have a bunch of like non-Asian people around them. I wonder how that casting call happens. Like, we need non-Asians for our music video, but I feel like it's a very common thing these days in to do.
I don't know. Maybe they're like fashion models, but like,
yeah.
Do you think it's like someone calls up their Wegukin friend is like, bring your other friends to this music video? It might be. It might be.
Do you have other non-Asian friends? Bring all your non-Asian people.
It's straight up because like that's what they're trying to present. Like, clearly that's what they're intending to do. But going back to the song though, you had a bit of a sigh before, Warren. Can you explain that?
Okay. I can't say my opinion did another 175 here. I'll be very frank.
No.
Here's the thing. Let's go with my existing opinion of Mamamoo and Wheein. I think they're great vocalists. I feel like sometimes we're a little overproduced and a little too, little too groovy, a little too much MSG, too much garlic, But I think in general, I think they're really good. I think it's really well done. I will, however, say this song isn't. It's a little not super impactful.
Fair.
And let me back that up. Because I think people can easily make the argument that, it's not a typical K-pop track where it's not excited. Bring the EDM back. Like, I think people can say that argument. However, I think behind my argument and my opinion towards this is a lot of like Korean rap music and hip hop music and R&B as well. Like, I'm thinking about tracks like when I first heard this song, my first go-to was like, stuff like Sunday by Groovy Room, like those kinds of tracks came into my mind, and I was like, okay, when I already have a lot of songs that are kind of like this, at that point, it becomes a little less appealing towards me, because might as well listen to a different track that already exists instead of this one. So that's where I'm coming from. And to be frank, at that point, I was like, okay, it's a fun R&B track. That's about it. I'll groove to it if it comes out in a party. If it's in a playlist, I'll dance to it. But I'm not gonna skip it. But
Anita,
that's about it.
I definitely get what you mean about that, Warren, because I feel like the sound and the vibe of the song felt familiar.
Right.
And not in a bad way. I thought like, this is nice. It's very boppy. Like, it fits the vibe, the dance. I almost like this would sound perfect at an H&M type of background song.
100%.
Yeah, and I feel like I feel like it was almost like too perfectly in that realm, because she's talking about like the fashion, and then like everything looks good on me and stuff like that, which I think the hook was really good.
I need to ask for a clarification. By saying it fits in an H&M, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think Well, I personally tend to like those
Is
type
that a
of
yeah
very. Thing? Yeah, I think it's good. But I feel like do I feel like it's very distinguishable?
No,
not really.
No.
I think that's where I get the problem too.
I like this from Wheein though. I feel like it fit her pretty well though. I agree though. As much as I like the song, it's not the most impactful song ever.
For the lack of a better adjective, the one word that came to my mind when I first heard this, and I think this kind of goes off of your H&M analogy in a different way. Felt a little basic, not gonna lie. I'm sorry.
All right, takes basic to no basic.
A little
though.
safe, maybe.
Yes.
But let's move on to the third song. We have NU'EST's Inside Out. So they're from Pledis, debuted 2012. They're 9 years in. Jesus. Last three songs were I'm in Trouble, Bet, and Help Me with 13 music show wins. I feel like this one was really on brand for NU'EST. For like whether you like that or not, I think this was a very NU'EST song. You play this song, people are like, if you know what NU'EST sounds like, you're like, this is a NU'EST song, right? I think your opinions of this song really comes down to, do you like NU'EST's sound, or do you wish that they would try some other concepts, right? I think that's what the crux of this discussion really hinges on. For what it is, though, as an individual song, I thought it was fine. You know, they do a good job. I always like Baekho's vocals in the choruses. I think he has a very distinctive voice, and it fits their style really well. My main thing about this package that we got, though, was the music video was disorienting. There was
a lot of changes.
You agree, right? Like, it was crazy how much camera shake, panning, fisheye lenses, things we got going on in this music video.
It was because like the intro sequence reminded me of Blackpink's Whistle and like a couple Red Velvet videos where they also do like a 180 kind of deal around the thing, and like it was a lot slower in those videos, but here we're just like zooming past by like an eagle, and I'm like, well, I'm not an eagle. I like my grounds. I want my 2 feet on the ground, please. Thank you very much. Like
the whole time they do these crazy camera transitions, and they have tons of cuts again. In this one, similar to the Eyes one song Panorama. I got that one right. How we claimed that one there was a ton of cuts in that one. This one also has a ridiculous amount of cuts and like camera swerves and stuff like that. Like it was disorienting, honestly.
Speaking of the music video, you know what was also very disorienting?
What?
One of the back dancers.
Which one?
It was like, do you know what I'm talking about, Anita?
I think so.
I apologize because I like to harp on people's hairstyles for some reason. I don't know why, but one of them looks like he has like seaweed for hair and like nothing else. You know what I mean? Like,
oh wait, never mind.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this.
Okay. One of the guys, and he's like cut out of some shot, cropped out of some shots, so you're not gonna see him all the time. But like it's like if he was bald. And someone put like a big piece of seaweed on his head.
Really?
That's what
I'm like. Curious now. Okay.
And trust, like you will see, you will know when you see what I mean.
Was it to the point where you were like distracted because of it?
I was like looking for the guy every second. Okay. Better clarification. It's like Doug's hair right now. It's like Doug's growing out his hair, you know. Except if he had like nothing on the sides, like if it was a completely bald on the sides.
Wait, what?
No fade.
I do not remember seeing this.
No fade.
Not even buzz, just no hair.
Just no hair, nothing.
Okay.
And I would feel completely horrible if he has like a condition where like he can't grow hair on his sides. But like I hope that is not the case because I've harped on this guy for like 3 minutes now. Let's talk about the song.
Yeah, you just talked about seaweed, bro, for like 3 minutes, dude.
Let's talk about the song.
Anita, you go first with NU'EST because you generally like the NU'EST sound. You know, sounds kind of like a clubby type vibe. That's what Anita likes. But the weird contradiction, Anita's not the clubber, so who knows?
I've gone to the club with Anita.
Yeah. Why is it awkward now? You
said she's not
back to the song. Back to the song.
Oh my god,
back to the song. Technically, I feel like NU'EST has had a couple of sounds in the past, and I don't remember exactly where the change was. Like what year it was. I think I want to say 2015-ish. But they changed their sound to be more like house type beats, like more trendy. Yeah, like what I would call like the runway high fashion type of sound. And I feel like this definitely fits in that, which I prefer for them. Another thing that I thought was really nice was that for some reason I really liked the styling in this music video. It was very experimental. I don't think everybody could pull it off. Definitely not me, but I thought it looked really nice and it caught my attention. Like, I know that there was a lot of panning and different shots and angles, but the clothes that they were wearing I thought was really cool. Particularly like they're wearing like these like light magenta black outfits. Like, they're not
velvet t-shirts.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where do you buy velvet t-shirts? Did they make the velvet t-shirts?
Probably not. Lauren,
I'm going to buy you a velvet t-shirt for your birthday.
The stylists knew what they were doing, I think. It made it work, even though it was a lot. Like, just looking at them, there was a lot of stuff going on, but it worked for some reason. But so I really like the fashion.
I did not like the fashion on the one guy with seaweed for hair. Bad hairstyle, bad fashion.
I feel bad for him, but I didn't see him. Maybe I'll see him when I watch the music video again. I'm really curious now.
I think in terms of the track, it's like I think in their marketing material they called it Chill House, which I think this is what that is. It's very much in line with like what they've been doing since that shift, which I don't know what they were before. Yeah. For me, because I started listening to K-pop around then, like 2015, 16. Before then, I don't know what they did, but like ever since then, they've been doing a lot of future house, future bass, future pop. You know, like deep house, chill house, that kind of deal, and it works. It doesn't really go a lot of places. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of groovy, but personally, there wasn't that much to hinge off of in terms of, oh, that was very groovy, or oh, that was it's like interesting, or oh, like I'm gonna talk about this for the day. It just kind of flowed really well, and sometimes that's a good thing. And I guess if I'm a newest fan, I think I probably had fun. Yeah. But because I'm not a newest fan, I was like, it's not that I didn't have fun. I had mediocre amounts of fun. But like
still
I didn't.
Fun.
Right. I still had fun. But it's not like that's not what happened.
No, I agree with that. Let's move to the last song though. We have Day 6's "You Make Me." So they're from JYP debut 2015. Last 3 songs: "Zombie," "Sweet Chaos," "Time of Our Lives." 2 music show wins. This song,
very interesting.
A lot of good vocals in the chorus is the main thing that stood out to me. A lot of good vocals throughout, honestly. This is sort of like the newest song. I thought that the music video was interesting in this one. The storyline is kind of weird, right?
Why did he suddenly start bleeding?
Okay, let's put it this way.
Is he a zombie?
Let's describe this music video. Not when the band's in the shop, but like the story that's going on, right?
The guy who starts bleeding, yeah.
There's a guy, he seems like he's running away from sus people. At a certain point, you could tell like something's up with him, right?
Right.
He meets his love interest, I don't know if it's girlfriend, wife, whatever. They get in a car. They start driving. At a certain point, she realizes, oh, he's bleeding all over the place. Did he get shanked? Did he get shot? Who knows, right? They pull over at a gas station, and then in my head, it's implied that he died randomly. Like, because the rest of the shots are them on like a beach being happy together or something.
That's heaven. No, maybe I think you're right. That's what I got as well.
My problem with this whole story is, if this was realistic, wouldn't you just go to the hospital straight up? Like, you let her drive the car or drive yourself to the hospital? Why would I take her to the countryside gas station and just smile at her while I'm bleeding out? Like, okay, that makes no sense.
Let's give it the benefit of the doubt here, all right? Let's say the girl didn't have a driver's license. Okay?
All right.
We need to. Right. What are we gonna do if I'm bleeding? I'm bleeding. I'm dying, and the girl's next to me, and she can't drive.
Tell her, hey,
call an ambulance.
Hey, on your phone, where's the hospital?
Dude, did you see like how much she was bleeding? I'm losing consciousness. I gotta stop.
Bro,
the car
he made it out to the boonies into the gas station. He could have made it to the hospital when they were in the city.
Yeah,
that makes no sense, right?
Maybe he stopped at the nearest stop and he was like, call an ambulance. Maybe he was rich. I don't know.
No, you agree, Anita. It just makes no sense, right? What happened there?
Well, the thing is, the gas station scene, right? It confused me because I hear what you're saying, Doug, about like he possibly died and then he just went to heaven and that's what we see afterwards.
Right.
But I also feel like, is this like it felt a little odd because then you see like he has like his injury is all like padded up, like, and it seems like he's okay. And then the girl's like, "Oh, you made me worry or something, but you're okay."
It's just weird, right?
Yeah, it's odd.
Make sense.
I didn't know what to make of it.
Either I'm good and I'm just bleeding a little on my gauze because we got sutured up or something, right? Or I have a suture on here, but I'm like bleeding out, and then you're an idiot. So either way, you're kind of dumb for not telling her at the beginning. Like,
yeah, that was odd. He hid it for a whole car ride.
He wanted to let the girl know that it's all okay. He wanted to assure her.
Here's some advice. Dying is attractive, apparently, right? That's what we learned. Like, that's sexy.
No.
Going back to the song, how do you guys feel about the song, though?
Man, that was very experimental.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I like it.
It had almost like a lo-fi kind of hip hop intro until like the chorus hits, and then like suddenly you hear those electric guitars, and like goes into this whole rock thing. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. I kind of digged it. Like
I really liked it.
Yeah. Tell me more about how you liked it.
What got my attention was the guitar sound, because I think it's in the pre-chorus. The distortion of the guitar is very, very interesting. I want to say it reminds me of another band's like a Western band sound. I can't quite tell if it's exactly the same, but it reminded me something a little different, where the guitar is like purposefully distorted, where you can't really hear it very well, very clearly, but it adds a lot to the song. And I think the percussion is like a kick that I hear, along with what else, like a lot of the chord progression. I feel like in the chorus I didn't know where it was gonna resolve, but then it goes like it felt like, oh, it might sound a little dark, but then it goes back to like, no, it's okay. It's really interesting. I don't know what the term might be for it, but I found it like, oh, I kind of feel like I want to listen to this way more, because it doesn't, I can't expect exactly where it's going, but I still like where it goes anyway.
The term you're looking for, Anita, is fascination. You are fascinated.
I like the thing in the bridge, that drum thing that happens. Like, I don't know what to call it. Like, they do this weird breakdown at the end of the choruses, particularly. It happens at the end of both choruses, but the second chorus, they sing over it as well.
Right.
I really like whatever that breakdown was. I did not expect that to happen. I think it's in the area where the bridge... I don't know if it's technically considered the bridge or whatever.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Like, before the chorus or after the chorus?
It's after the second chorus. There's this section where, like... the song changes a lot. You know what I'm talking about, Anita, right? Like, maybe you don't. Is
it after Wonpil's high note? Like he has like a note.
I don't know how. No,
I think I get what you mean.
There's like this breakdown segment which I thought was really interesting. Overall, though, day 6, Sungjin is now in the military, so we'll see how they can go on without him, because I feel like he's kind of important to their sound, in my opinion. He had like that raspy type voice going on in a lot of their tracks that I really enjoyed.
I can't quite put my finger on like who was singing on who and like which member was singing what part, but I will say overall their vocals are very impressive.
Yes.
And I'm very hopeful, even if one person has left the group. Who knows? I think they can still do good stuff.
Oh no, for sure.
For vocalists. Out of 5, yeah.
I feel like Day 6 is underrated just based on the fact that they're a band. Like, I think it's not that fair to them overall. But other releases this week, 17th The 8 released Side by Side, Kyuhyun released Coffee, IU released the music video for Epilogue, Yoonji Sung released one for Love Song, Ace had a song called Down featuring Grey. Believe that one's in all English, and then that A-Pink song Thank You, which is their 10th anniversary single, came out as well. All right, Spice King, to summarize, basically, we have this chart. We updated on the songs we think were the best each week. That's about it. So the Soju chart from last week, episode 138, IU's Lilac picked up its 3rd crown and it entered the Hall of Spice. 2nd place was Stacey's ASAP, and 3rd place was Shiny's Atlantis. And of course, new candidates this week are the songs we talked about. Kang Daniel's Antidote, Wheein's Watercolor, NU'EST's Inside Out, and Day 6's You Make Me. Anita, go first.
All right. It's pretty straightforward for me this week, I think.
Okay.
I'll start at the top. So number 1 for me, it's still Stacey. ASAP.
Nice.
Wow.
Yes, I think it's super catchy. The dance, the chorus, the little flute, the melody, very, very nice. For second place, I want to introduce Day6.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I think upon hearing it the first time, I thought there was a lot of really interesting decisions they made musically. So I'm looking forward to seeing the live performances. I know that Seungjin is not going to be in them, I believe, but I wonder like how they're going to cover them up. It will be interesting. And for third, I will put SHINee's Atlantis. I've been looking at the live performances. Very, very pretty sets, designs, and the outfits. I thought they looked really nice.
I'm not sure what you meant by straightforward. Like that's a straightforward chart.
I think that is. I think that's pretty straightforward.
Well, I shall go next.
Okay.
I would like to thank Doug for having Anita go first and removing her away from all the lies and deceit that she's responsible for the last couple of weeks.
What are you saying, Warren?
It's critical towards democracy. And look, I think I liked ASAP by Stacey. It was a great track. Putting it on second.
All right.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do, right? I like the flutes. I like the people. I like the song. But what I liked more was Antidote by Kang Daniel. So I'm putting it on first.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I will be honest. Parts of the reason I'm putting it on first is because my opinion was so drastically changed. Do I think it's like Song of the Year material? I don't know about that, but at the same time, I was having a good time. I was bopping, bopping. It was great. On third, jokes on you if you thought I was gonna put Atlantis by SHINee on third. I
know you weren't. That's fine.
Okay. Well, I was gonna just say that was a little mean. So I apologize. But I would like to put. You Make Me by Day6 on third.
Okay.
That was a game time decision,
Yes.
I'll be honest. I was down to Watercolor You Make Me.
That was good.
All right. I have a chart. Yes. Third place. I also have Day6's You Make Me. Yep. So I think that one's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Second place, I have Wheein's Watercolor for me.
Wow.
And in first place, I have Stacey's ASAP.
Let's go. Yes, Stacey.
So let me do some maths here. Interesting.
You were so all over the part. Yeah, we were very all over the part today.
So first place, picking up their first crown. Just know we gave them a win before anyone else did.
That is true.
Stacey's ASAP, 8 points. Second place, we have Day6's You Make Me with 4 points. And in third place, Warren carried this song. Kang Daniel's Antidote gets third place with 3 points.
Yeah.
All right, so
by putting it on first. Yeah, politics. Hey.
So shout out to Stacey, Day6, and Kang Daniel. All right.
I love democracy.
Finally, show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, so we have IU's Lilac with 3 music show wins one on Music Bank, Show, Music Core, and then Inkigayo. So she has a total of 7 wins for this comeback. And she also had her second triple crown of 2021 along with Celebrity on Inkigayo. So big congrats to IU.
Second
and then we had
crown.
Astro with 1, had 3 music show wins. So they won on the show champion, and M Countdown. So big congrats to Astro.
Wow. Congrats.
And, here's some not food for thought. Here's a factoid. So IU, with 86 music show wins now, has surpassed Kim Gunmo's previous record of 84 as the solo artist with the most music show wins.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty significant. So she's now the all-time award-winning solo artist in the game.
Man.
All right. But that is the end of part 1 of SojuTalk episode 135. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 135, where we discuss K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation.
Yeah.
Before we talk about news, though, let's talk about this segment, right?
We're getting meta. Let's break the fourth wall.
we had this conversation today. It's been sort of lingering for a little bit. Is like we feel that a lot of weeks we're just digging the bottom of the barrel, if you know what I mean, in terms of news topics. And we feel like in general there's a lot of news that we sometimes mention on the pod that's like it's borderline newsworthy if anything, right? We will experiment going forward with having our news segment be a lot more open, meaning that like I might not read the whole summary of an article. We might just talk about it though, you know, and it like explain it in a casual sense, talk about it, have some free flowing conversation. Because honestly, at the moment, like I feel like I spend way too much time reading terrible articles sometimes or researching these things when at the end of the day, either sometimes the news, it's so obscure that you probably only know or care if you're really into K-pop. And maybe we should only talk about the big topics that are super relevant.
Here's the thing, right? Like, I know for a fact a lot of people who listen in, a lot of them, I don't want to say all of them, or I don't know how about percentage, but based on like the reviews we get on iTunes and stuff like that, people have said like, oh, like I like the show because you know I'm able to keep up to date with the stuff coming on in the industry and whatnot, and that's nice. But at the same time, I do feel like the last couple of weeks, especially, the conversation's been kind of stale. And in terms of like delivering a show that's like, how long are we? Like an hour to hour 30 every week? I don't know. I feel like that time could be better spent, doing more exciting things. I know on the Discord at least, people were liking the World Cups. I know a lot of our casual listeners were not super into that. So we're not really sure what it's going to look like and what experimentation and like how this is going to evolve. But at the same time, we're on Discord, we're on Twitter. I'm SJT _Warren is my Twitter. Follow me.
Plug in.
I guess what we're trying to say is we're just gonna make it less structured and only give you the real things you need to know going forward. This week's pretty traditional though, so let's get into it though. I.O.I Reunion. So, it was reported that I.O.I is gearing up for it's a reunion, right? But it's not a full reunion. It's just at the moment it's just a live broadcast together on May 4th, which is the celebration of their 5th anniversary. According to the industry people though, 9 out of the 11 members will be attending as it's been so long. Is it 11?
Yeah, it's 11 kids.
I'm sorry.
It was I.O.I 101, take away the circle. It's
Are we sure? Can you look that? I'm crazy. But basically, Ju Young is currently in China, and Kang Mina is filming her upcoming drama. As some of you may know, I.O.I debuted back in 2016 through the first season of Produce 101, and then disbanded the year after in 2017.
And you're right, I.O.I is 11 members.
Okay.
Man.
I'm happy they're having this 5th anniversary, right?
There's something.
At the same time, it's something. And I know towards the end of their run, like I was big into I.O.I, they were talking about 5th year, we got to come back together. That was a big thing that was happening back then. At the same time, though, it's like just a live broadcast.
What exactly is a live broadcast?
It's a V Live. I think it's a V Live. I think it's basically like a V Live.
That's a little boring. I'm not gonna lie.
Right?
Yeah. And maybe if it's like a showcase kind of deal, I'd be super excited. Maybe, performances, maybe, game shows, who knows?
Yeah, it just feels like I might watch it, but like
I'll watch clips too, yeah.
It's nothing like super exciting though. Like it's just cool to see them together, but like what we really want though, right? We want a track. Right?
What if this is like the step there? Like they do the
that's
live
what I'm hoping.
broadcast. Yeah. And then they start talking like we were working on something. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
People got nostalgia right now, right?
That's true.
I hope this is a stepping stone, but at the moment it's just like it's a pleasant surprise, happy, cautiously optimistic, right? All right, next segment, new groups and big comebacks. So the first one, Cube Entertainment officially announced they're gonna have a new girl group called Lightsome. So here's their definition of the meaning of their name. So according to the agency, the meaning of Lightsum is that, quote, bright lights will come together as one sum in order to reach everyone across the world, becoming a group that will convey more positive energy to everyone through their message of hope. That's a bunch of bullcrap, y'all. Let's be honest here. Like, all right, it is what it is. The thing you probably want to know, though, is that they're planning to debut this group within the first half of the year. I see a lot of people online being like, all right, well, you screwed up the CLC situation, and we just got to debut a new group all of a sudden. You know, the thing is, as harsh as that take is, I don't disagree with that. Yeah. Do you have any comments?
The name.
First of all, poop name. I don't know, man. Like, at this point, Cube doesn't have my trust. Aside from G-Idol, I think G-Idol is great. But, like, you know, CLC still there, you know.
That's a mess right now, that one. All right, the other one, though, YG Entertainment announced that they have begun accepting online applications for a brand new boy group. Yeah, so the audition is called the, quote, 2021 YG New Boy Group Audition at Home. So it's open to all aspiring singers across the world. Any male born between 2002 and 2010.
Oh my
2010,
God.
who is not currently affiliated with another agency, is eligible to apply. The online auditions, if you get past like the screening phase, is on Zoom.
So it's on Zoom, you say?
So what I heard is, like, you send in your application. If they want to pull you in for an audition, you get a Zoom call audition. Once that happens, let's say you pass that, you get lucky, you get flown to Korea, and then you are now eligible to be in this new boy group. So it seems like they are getting all new kids for this boy group. At least that's how I read. But, you know, they might throw in some trainees that exist.
Here's the thing. I do feel like if I were to make a scientific guess, I would guess that their trainee pool is smaller than it was 5 years ago. After, you know, the series of scandals a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like this would be like, you know, their first building blocks of rebuilding that, trainee pool. At the same time, 2002 to 2010, oh my God.
There's a bunch of fetuses, fam.
Here's the thing. It begins on Zoom, you know?
Yep.
With the power of 21st century modern technology.
Can't you like manipulate that?
Dude, right? We can make ourselves look younger, you know.
Warren, you're gonna put a face filter.
Guys,
we're gonna play a track and you're just gonna lip sync it.
I'm gonna completely lip sync it. They're not gonna know. I'm gonna auto tune it. They're not gonna know.
And
I'm gonna deep fake my face on top of a dancer.
No
right. Work, guys. This is YG Entertainment. Here we come. You know, like
this is a free vacation to Korea if we pull this off before they kick you out, right?
Yes, this is what some of those business school kids do for job interviews. You know, like they take on interviews to get flown to places. That's what we do. That's what you do.
Yeah, let's do it.
Dang.
All right. The next three are in terms of the comebacks and releases. So the first one, according to News One, BTS will reportedly make their comeback with a digital single on Friday, May 21st. And they say it is targeting the global music market, so I assume it's going to be in English. Big Hit did the very sensible thing and said, like, once everything's confirmed, we'll let you know, which is fair. Next, Twice will reportedly make their comeback as a full 9-member group in June with a music video that's apparently being shot in Jeju.
Nice.
So that's cool.
Oh, cool. Jeju.
Lastly, Harper's Bazaar in the magazine in Thailand basically came out and confirmed that Police is going to have a solo debut in June. Like, straight up.
Pretty soon.
In one of their posts, they basically just leaked this. I don't know if it was like on purpose or not. YG reps said that they're still working hard on the album, so, you know, release date unconfirmed. That's a lot of big stuff, though, right there.
Big names. Man, I want a full trap banger from Blackpink's Lisa. She's a great rapper.
Choreo.
You know? Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what that's going to be like. I think it could be pretty epic. I think people were a little bit sus about Rose doing it in English. I feel like with the Lisa song, it should be in English though.
I agree, but please don't make it a Taylor Swift song again.
Just fair. Okay.
I would be surprised. Very surprised.
You know what? That's not what I didn't expect that for Rose, and they did it for her. So who knows? You know, like
who knows? All right, quick takes. BTS, they held the 8-hour-long live stream Bang Bang Con 2021, and it pulled a reported 2.7 million viewers over its duration. That's nuts. But the BTS news we actually care about. McDonald's is partnering with BTS to globally launch the BTS meal. According to a press release, the BTS meal was designed according to BTS's own preferences and will consist of 10-piece chicken McNuggets, medium French fries, a medium drink, along with sweet chili and Cajun sauces, which were developed in McDonald's Korea. So I'm assuming the sweet chili might be like a gochujang sauce. The BTS meal will launch on different dates depending on the region, starting in the US on May 26th and Korea in May 27th as some of the dates.
Okay. Do we got the merch, though?
All I'm saying, this is the first merch. Pretty affordable for a lot of people, this one.
Oh, yeah.
Accessibility is pretty good here.
Here's the thing. They had like Travis Scott McDonald's collab a while back. They had some fire merchandise, like can we get some of those, Happy Meal toys and like clothing, items,
Let's just say
this
is going to be like crazy town, like Szechuan sauce level pandemonium.
Oh wait, no, please, if you're a BTS fan, I trust you. Please don't make it a Szechuan sauce thing.
I feel like it's going to be though.
Please don't make a riot.
I feel like in the US on May 26th, there's going to be a riot at every McDonald's. Dude,
no, I can't tell people. I literally can't tell people still that I watch Rick and Morty. I still can't do that.
Hey,
after that,
let's just say, if at a minimum, if they put their faces on the bags, the McDonald's bags, it's game over, right? People are going to go nuts. If BTS is on the sauce packets, bro.
That's nice, but please don't do riots in the middle of McDonald's, please,
Hey, man, I think it's going to be crazy town. Like, I might get a BTS meal myself,
you know what? There's a McDonald's 2 blocks away from where I am right now. I'm going to go.
There you go.
Yeah, Warren's going to be on the news for, like, punching someone out trying to get a BTS meal. Give me my meal! Next one, Weekly's After School hit number 1 on Spotify's global viral 50 chart. So the song has surpassed 11 million cumulative streams and a monthly listener base of 1.8 million.
Man,
as it should, yes.
So next, sadly, Taemin's going to enlist in the military on May 31st. It is what it is, right? Like, he confirmed it on a V-Live. How old is he right now? 1993? Yeah, it's about time he has to go. So, it makes sense. All right, next, we're getting into a little bit of the oof news. So, in the past week, former April member Hyunju released her first personal statement on the whole bullying thing with the other members of April. So, some of the other April members, though, came out, including Chaewon and Yena, and denied the rumors, and DPS, that's like a University of Michigan thing. But DSP released a new statement in response. Previously, DSP filed both criminal and civil lawsuits against Hyunju and the individuals who made the allegations online, which include her brother.
Look, it's a complicated situation. And there are plenty of online summaries. I highly suggest you look it up because it's a complicated situation. And do it with like a cup of coffee.
There's a lot of stuff. I've been hearing that people feel like the response, like the not April specifically, but like DSP's response hasn't been that good. That's what a lot of people are saying.
I mean, you're the company backing the people. What are you doing? All
right, lastly, on April 14th, JBJ95, they took legal action requesting termination of their contract with Star Road Entertainment. I looked into this a bit. Basically, they're saying like the company is getting sued right now for not paying their employees. So they have no employees. So we had to do everything ourselves. That's the crux of this.
Oh, no.
Like, they're like, we had to hire like one-day managers. We had to pay for our transportation. Like, things like that is the what they're saying. Star Road is trying to say like, well, that's what you wanted to do. So it is what it is.
So you're saying Star Road was not on the road.
I'm just gonna forget you said that.
Announce comebacks.
Announce comebacks. Highlight May 3rd. A.I.L.I on May 7th. Oh My Girl May 10th. That's a big one. One Us in May, and then of course the ones we mentioned previously. So potentially BTS, Lisa, and Twice sometime in May and June. Combine those ones.
Twice.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something about Twice. State of the Nation though. Before I weeb out a little. There's this thing, so a sport that the three of us like, right? is football or soccer. Hand egg. No, not hand egg. Football. Yes. There's like a big controversy going on, right, in soccer world right now. So it's called like there's this whole thing. Let me explain this. There's
Okay. Should I go change into my Arsenal uniform real quick?
No, I don't think you're very pro club right now, though.
Yeah, no.
So the easiest way to describe this is in America, our professional sports leagues are typically there's like 30 teams. Every year it's the same teams unless they add a new one, right? There's no real stakes to it. You can just suck to suck, right? Like if you do terrible, you might get a good draft pick, which means you get a new good young player. But if you suck that year, it is what it is. Typically the European model of soccer is if you suck really badly, you can get relegated to a worse league and lose a lot of revenue, right? So there's big stakes to it. What this European Super League is, 12 of the very big teams, including like Chelsea, Manchester United, Real Madrid, Barcelona, they basically want to make this Super League, which is going to have like 12 to 15 founding teams, and then they're going to fill it out with 5 guests each year where they can't be demoted regardless of what happens.
So now it's basically the American model of sports.
It's the American model of sports, and it's trying to replace the UEFA Champions Cup, which is like the biggest club cup in the world, right? That's what they're essentially doing. Why are they doing it? Financial reasons. They want to play more games versus good teams in order to pull big money.
Oh, money, money, money!
The crux of this is money. Why is this potentially a bad thing? It kind of ruins the sport for a lot of the European league system because you know how I said you could be demoted? There's many levels to that. If you suck 5 years in a row, you could be like 6 tiers down, 5 tiers down, right? Like that's how this system works. So it's really based on like performance, and there's a history of it in these countries, particularly England. A lot of this has to do with greed, right?
Right. Right. I mean, here's the thing with soccer, right? It's like soccer, especially in like the UK and like European countries, like soccer is a people sport, you know? It was a thing, even like just 100 years ago, it was seen as a thing where like, oh, like you play soccer, you low class savage kind of deal. Like that was the deal. and you know, as a century went by, now we have gigantic big clubs, you know, like Manchester United, which kind of led the whole thing, as you know, along with the other clubs, and you know, that's the one end of it, and like the cultural impact it has for people, and you know, not being a English person or anyone that is like strictly related to soccer, besides being a casual fan of one of the teams, I'm still kind of like, damn, that sucks. I can't imagine if I was like a British person, I'd be like, whoa, like. This shit is like big bad, you know. Like, that being said, from the league perspective, like Premier League right now, or like UEFA, or like championships, like I kind of get why like this would be crazy as well, because like these big names that have announced that they're going to be a part of the Super League are like oftentimes what rake in the views. They're what rakes in like
so here's the crux of the issue I think people are protesting, right?
Right.
The problem is it takes away the like competitiveness of the game, because let's put it this way. Number one, only the teams that are announced right now are only from England, Italy, and Spain, right? You're missing German teams like Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, which are giant German teams. You're also missing Paris Saint-Germain, PSG in Paris, which is like by far the biggest French team, and they are like a top 4 team in the world. And even some smaller markets like Porto in Portugal is a massive team, right? The problem with it right now is not everyone's in it, right? Number two, some of these teams on this list occasionally suck. Like AC Milan, I am a casual fan of them. We've sucked the last 10 years. My Manchester United, we had a streak the last 10 years where we're just kind of ass, right? Like we're kind of like hovering in like 7th place, 6th place. We're good this year, but like that's typically not where it is. And the problem with this whole model is, if y'all remember, Leicester won the league. I don't know how many years back. That's a team that's not on this list of these big teams that are in this tournament. So you're never going to see that type of like Cinderella story.
Leicester got so screwed
over. The storyline.
Yeah, there's no storylines here, and it's just catering to the big teams. And what if you're like a team in England, like the 7th best team, like an Everton or something? You're so screwed by this, right? I don't know. Anita, how do you? Before we pivot, I just wanted to talk about this because it's all over the news right now. Anita, how do you feel?
Well, I mean, like you guys mentioned, I get it. I get the reasoning. Do I think it's morally correct? Not really.
It's a money grab.
But it's money. Yeah, it's their job. I get it. It's not like it's just a passion. You know, they get paid, and I'm guessing a lot of people are like, yeah, I would rather have this amount of money than just work. Like have that incentive, right? Like if you don't win enough, then you're demoted. It's more secure, I guess. But it is. I don't like the exclusivity of it.
That's the thing. It's like it's an elite club, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put this back into K-pop perspective. Imagine if SM, JYP, YG, and maybe Hybe were like, oh, we're gonna make our own TV channel,
our own music show.
Nobody else does.
And let's do a super concert, and we'll only invite like 4 other groups each year.
Yeah,
it's just gonna kill K-pop if that happens.
It's gonna kill the industry, you know? Like
the smaller guys, yeah.
All right, yeah.
I just want to talk about because it's been like a big topic on our Discord, and I know anyone who's decently into sports it's been on the news a lot. Let's pivot though. Right?
Shout outs to the Tottenham. What's 감독 in English?
Hotspurs.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all right.
He got kicked out.
No, you're okay. Warren was trying
How
to
say
say
Mourinho in English?
Mourinho.
Oh, I just say Mourinho. Okay. Okay. I follow soccer news in Korean, so like I don't know how to say.
You just jumbled that up. Basically, Warren was just trying to say sayonara to Mourinho, who's the coach of Tottenham, who got fired last night. That's basically what he was trying to say.
It was a good old love and hate relationship.
But now that you flubbed that up, what have you been doing in your personal life, sir?
Oh, me first? No, someone else goes first. You watch anime. Tell us about anime.
All right, 3 shows I watched this week. First one, Grand Blue.
Right? Oh, okay.
Grand Blue. It's like it's like a slice of life comedy essentially. It's like if you know the American Pie series. I might be dating myself terribly. It's like college bros, but it revolves around them being in a diving club. It's essentially all it is, and it's pretty hilarious. Next one, I watched the classic show Nisekoi. You know, it's like a basically young guy from a mafia family has to fake dating a girl from like a organized crime family, but they have to fake it. But then there's a lot of romantic rivals in terms of females, and it's pretty much just a comedy there. Mm-hmm. Finally, I watched Noregami, which is essentially gods with swords, but the swords have souls and are like characters themselves. So it's kind of weird. I thought that one was fun though. Honestly though, Grand Blue, I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. I think the animation's really funny.
What wasn't wait okay, so it's about a college it's about a college diving club, right? Like
it's a college diving club.
It's not a high school thing for God knows why, because every anime is like starring high school people.
No, it's very college. Like drinking is like in every episode.
Right.
Like getting plastered is like the entire show.
See, here's the thing. Here's what I thought about anime for a long time, right? Like there's so much shows where it stars high school people, high school culture, high school kids doing high school love. Oh, they're in high school. They're bad at love. So the main character has trouble. They spend 12 hours trying to tell her, I like you. You know, like that's the whole thing. High school people suck. I sucked. I was a high school kid. Shout out to all the high school people. It's all uphill from here. Look. and I know like the average age of a weeb has gone older the last couple of years, because
for sure,
especially the last like 2 decades or so, like because like people stay weebs as they get older, right? And then you still have the younger kids becoming into little growing weeblets, you know. Mm-hmm. So like I feel like the average age of a weeb is like going up, but we still have a lot of shows about high school people.
I try to avoid that right now in terms of the stuff I'm trying to watch, honestly.
What do you mean in terms of like avoiding high school or avoiding college?
Yeah, avoiding high school related stuff.
Is that why you didn't finish Sakura?
No, it's just like,
is that high school or is that middle school? I can't even tell.
It's high school. It's high school.
Okay.
It just feels like same setting too often. You know,
they're wearing a different variation of a, you know, like a
also
school
like,
uniform. Episode 4 is about, we're getting ready for the school festival. Episode 6, beach episode.
Sports
beach episode,
sports festival. Yeah. There's a beach episode.
Sports
There's a hot springs episode, right? Like it's the same
yeah.
stuff over and over again. overall though, still watching some anime. I wouldn't say I'm like going as crazy. We're settling down to a good pace. I got a lot of work coming up soon anyway. So we're gonna take it slow, enjoy it.
You found a lot more stability in terms of your anime consumption.
Oh, let me talk about one show though that's currently airing. There's a show called Vivy, right? Vivy.
Vivy.
Vivi, okay.
This show is so good, dude. It's like base premise, there's like it's about AI, right? Essentially there's an AI robot girl and she has to go, so she's in this one period and all is that there's going to be a human versus AI war in 100 years.
Oh.
And she has to stop it from occurring, right?
Her? Why her?
Oh.
Because she's the only AI that survives the next 100 years. Like, who's currently present 100 years back to start this chain of events, right? So, the interesting thing about the show is each small arc is, like, decades apart.
Oh, wow.
So,
oh, my God.
So, like, the first couple episodes, she does something 100 years back, right? And then all of a sudden, her guide's like, yeah, I'll see you next time we need to do something crazy. All of a sudden, next episode, we're 30 years in the future or 10 years in the future.
Oh,
and her companion comes back and is like, oh, yeah, it's time to do some crazy stuff again. Right?
That must be disorienting.
It's the only weird thing is like you don't have any hard supporting characters because if they're human, they age 30 years randomly, right? Or 10 years.
Keep changing.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and she's basically like trying to fix these flashpoints at different parts of this 100 years is what's going on. Last episode was episode 4. It was episode 4. It was Crazy Town, dude. This show's really good. Highly suggest people watch it. It's my favorite of the things that are currently airing.
I will admit, main character is a blue-haired girl.
Bro, she's so cool though.
Who sings.
Yeah. She's a singer. Ooh. There's a lot of music in this show too.
I mean, blue-haired
That's
people
cool.
who sing. Hatsune Miku. No, okay, maybe I'm pulling a little too far.
No, I could see the comparisons for sure.
Yeah, okay.
But overall, very, very interesting show. They're not like I never heard of it. It's apparently a brand new thing. So it's by Wit Studios. That's a giant studio. They're the ones who did the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan, and one of the writers is the guy who wrote Re:Zero. So it does have a lot of credibility behind it as well. All right, that's pretty much it for me. What about you guys?
Okay. Aside from Kingdom, which we'll talk about a bit later, I've been watching Produce 101 Japan Season 2.
Oh man, other weeb. We're just a bunch of weebs. That's what we are.
Well, for people that don't know the premise of the show, the contestants, right, cannot be signed to a company. So these are all people who either have no previous like performance or training experience or left a company and are now trying to be like a free agent.
Normal
so people. Yeah. So where we're at right now, they've done their evaluations. They were graded into their levels A, B, C, D, F, and now they're being reevaluated to do their theme song. Very interesting. I definitely feel like there's a shift in the editing and focus of certain characters throughout the show. I think in the first season it felt very documentary like, and this season I feel like they're definitely trying to create more of a story, not quite to the level of Mnet, I would say, but there's definitely more of that. We're focusing on like more of the drama, like the hardship and like people struggling, and I guess that sort of storyline is kind of there now. All right, I notice it more now than I did in the first season. Very interesting. I feel like the only thing that I would judge about the editing or maybe like the shots that they are showing is that I feel like we're not getting a lot of interaction between people, and maybe that might be due because of COVID restrictions. I think they might not be able to really group together and do things like they did in the first season. But I feel like I watch a lot of more of the behind the scenes stuff that they upload on YouTube, and that seems pretty fun. So hopefully if they pick up on that on the actual show and kind of get to see more of their personalities. Yes. it's looking good though. I was a little scared in the beginning, not gonna lie. I didn't feel the pull as much as I did the first season, but I think it will be okay.
You're slowly being pulled back in.
Anita, let us know when the dumpster fire starts. Like something crazy happens.
There might be some next episode because they teased the end, where like somebody's storming out and like there's people's screaming and like.
That's like, isn't that like bad manners in Japan for that to happen too?
She got angry.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I mean, they never did anything like that in the first season, so this is definitely different.
I like it. The spice. All right, Warren.
I want more spice. I put peppers in my pasta today. It was very delicious.
What kind of peppers, dude?
I just peppers I bought from Trader Joe's.
What color?
They were red.
Okay, thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I did. My life's a bit of I'm going through a lot right now, but once it's all over, I can share with you guys. At the moment, though, some interesting things. I got the first half of my vaccine about 8 days ago. That was pretty cool.
I get my second one on Friday.
Oh boy, you excited to be sick for a couple days?
Hopefully not. You know. Hey, if I'm sick, I'll just watch anime for 3 days straight. Hey,
there you go. Positive.
I got mine at the Jacob Javits Center in New York.
That's like that's like the biggest convention center I've ever seen, and it's where they hold KCON as well. Yeah.
Shout out to Tanyoka. I was like, thanks to her, I know what Javits looks like. You know,
hey, let's go.
That is her. And so I go in, and man, this is like. They're like, oh, don't take photos, don't take videos. And I really kind of wanted to because it was crazy seeing a sea of people lining up.
It's humongous, that place.
It's humongous. And like everybody's walking around like in their like designated lines. And then you go in. People are very nice, by the way. Very, very nice people. So thank you for your service. I don't know if anybody from the place I work there is listening in. But I was actually, it was great. It was very quick, very simple. And I had a fun time.
It's very different. I'm going to like a Walgreens, dude. Like it's like two totally different scales.
Honestly, Walgreens is like more difficult to get for me for some reason. Like it just never shows up.
It's gotten to the point now, at least in my town. Like we travel a decent distance to get this, because the place we got like an hour away from our house. It's at the point now where our like local pharmacy, which is 2 minutes this direction, now has them. Like so. Yeah. I think it's becoming now.
It's getting there.
If you want it, you can get it. It's just the difficulty of getting people to get it is the hurdle we have to cross over.
I think within my friend groups, I am on like the later groups of people that are getting the vaccines. Partially because I live in the crowded part of Manhattan. I will be honest.
Yeah, it's also based on state restrictions. Like
that's true. Yeah.
My state restriction, like a month ago, it was like anyone who's any bit overweight can get it. Period. Which is way quicker than anyone else. I'm like, I got a little COVID weight here. You might as well go get it, you know? Like straight up. No, like also like it was kind of sus. Like you just like when I went there, they're like, check off why you qualify. One of them's just health condition. Everyone's probably just checking that one off. There was like other ones, but like
I have 5 feet to give me a vaccine.
And it was technically on an honor system. So like you could just claim you have something. I'm sure a lot of people actually did that. But I think it's like I don't think the means justify the ends, but at the same time, the end is to get people vaccinated. So it would like it is what it is.
Well, get your vaccines. Vaccines now, they are free as long as you're 16 and above.
True.
They're cool. So get them. Right. Be a cool kid.
Let's talk State of the Nation. Kingdom, right, guys?
Kingdom.
We had the final 3 performances of round 1, right? So the first one, Stray Kids, they performed the remix of Side Effects and God's Menu. Before we even say that, you know how we were talking about like how potentially some teams spent way more money than the other teams?
Yeah.
It was so obvious now that like Stray Kids, ATEEZ, and the boys.
I saw the very beginning, the guy with the black mask and the jewels on his head, like does like this thing, you know. I was like, oh, this is the group.
This performance was kind of crazy. They spent so much money. You know, couple things I noticed. I thought Changbin was way better on this one than the first performance where he kind of the pacing of the rap was a little weird. I thought he did really well this time. Other people I like, Felix deep voicing everywhere. That's cool. Additionally, I like. There's this kid Han in this group. I really like.
Yes,
that kid. I think he's very good.
Really good.
The main things that I noticed, the first one, they had this one section where I think, what happened? Oh, one guy was standing there, and then they had a mirror of him, like one of the backup dancers was upside down.
Yeah,
Bang Chan was doing that. I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, that scene where like they had white blankets on top of the back dancers, like
when they did the that was like. That was kind of crazy.
That was really cool. Like,
okay, I'm just gonna say it. There's one part when they are connected to other backup dancers, right?
Connected?
Like they have the red strings
like
on
red.
They're like,
yeah.
Why are other backup dancers wearing like gimp masks? This performance, dude. Like I felt some of their costumes kind of sus, to be honest.
That's what they're into nowadays. That's
Anita, you'll know when you're older.
I don't know what that is.
I honestly thought this was one of the better ones from this round. I enjoyed this one a lot. I think you do have to suspend your whole for someone like Warren who likes the music. If you can't go into this, I realize now you can't go into this competition expecting any music. You have to go into this expecting just performance. True.
I mean, here's the thing. Okay. People might dislike me for saying this. And if you do, you know what? I accept your criticism. However, I feel like I am not sure why people are remixing their songs.
I 100% agree with this.
It's like you're making yourself do more work and the output is not as good as the original.
It feels like they're trying to shove like a circle peg into a square hole sometimes. They're just trying to force this crap to happen. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But how'd you feel about Stray Kids, Anita?
Well, on the topic of songs and song choice and what you do with them, I was a little torn because for Stray Kids, I thought God's Menu was logical, made sense. I think it was one of their bigger songs in the last year. Side Effects, though, not a big fan of this song. Ever since it came out, I thought it's different, it's interesting, but I wasn't feeling it. Well, so the fact that they remixed it with God's Menu, I don't know. I feel like I understand what they were trying to do. Like they were trying to explain the storyline that they had, right? Going from Side Effects into God's Menu and this mental war, right? With their theme. But I don't know. I feel like the sound of Side Effects is still quite strong in the remix. And I guess that's what didn't make me like it 100%.
I will be honest. I kind of agree. My favorite part was the God's Menu part.
Right? Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
I like Side Effects, the build up in that song, but I'm not a fan of the chorus. I like the build up, but I agree. The God's Menu section was the best part for sure.
Although ship show.
They did a really good job with that, right? Changbin was going nuts. He's doing really well. Next one. ATEEZ Symphony Number 9 from the Wonderland.
Did they properly credit Dvorak?
This one was like.
I hope they did.
I was like, this is okay. Honestly, I feel like they were forcing it a little with the music remix. No, right? No.
Okay.
I think it made sense.
I think it made sense, but I'm like, all right, you're really trying to do this one, right?
From the New World by Dvorak.
Yeah.
Symphony Number 9. This is the fourth movement of the symphony. One of the favorite symphonies that I've ever got to play. I played an orchestra for a couple of years of my life. It was great. It was fun. I was concertmaster for it at one point. It was a lot of fun to play. And it's the story behind the symphony is that Dvorak was watching a train come in. And he was like, yo, this is some high technology. Look at us. We got steam powered trains. Oh my God, we are living in a sci-fi world. This is the new world. And then somehow it got pulled into pirate thing. I don't know. You know what? Look, I'm gonna say, you know what? I actually had fun.
Oh no, I agree.
Good.
I had fun.
This is my favorite stage of the whole round. I think by far. I had really a lot of fun watching this one.
Right, they had a tentacle at one point.
Okay, that Kraken tentacle though, dude. Okay, there was a lot of stuff going on in this one, right? when that tentacle appeared, I started laughing hysterically. Like, I thought it was so odd. And then the dude shoots it and it growls, dude. I was like, oh my god. Like, there were some parts that were so, like, I honestly thought were very entertaining. Couple kids I like. Hongjun, right? That kid has it, right, Anita? Like,
stage presence.
I mean, like, he's just like, you watch him, he's like, that's the kid. Right, like he just commands the stage. Yeah. And then the other thing that I think his name is Jongho. That high note though, that just kept going on forever.
That four skill thing.
Yeah, wow. that was the highest note we've seen on that show. I feel like with this performance, I felt like they got back to like, oh, this is ATs, like, you know, like.
Yes, 100% agree with that.
I feel like that was the real strength of this. It's like, all right, finally we get ATs like doing AT stuff.
They're pirates again.
Yeah, no, like that's their whole thing.
Yes,
They're
finally.
Pirates. I thought this was way better than the Wave remix for sure. Even though it was a little forced, I thought this one was way superior.
Yes. I will be honest. The original, the Dvorak track, it's one of those classical tracks that has a build up and a drop. You know, like it builds up to like you know the drop, and then it goes into da 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 da. You know, like. You go listen to it. You will see what I mean. There's like clearly parts, especially in the first couple minutes, that are like building up into like what feels like a dance sequence. You know, like, and like it felt like they could have utilized that, and like really, I felt like there were a lot of missed opportunities, if you will, and that's where I was like, oh. Man.
Overall, though, very entertaining stage. I thought it was great.
I would pay to see this live because it looks so nice.
How much did you pay?
I mean, Anita would pay to see the concert, right? Like,
I was going to, yeah. If they had something like this at a concert, can you imagine?
Okay. Let's say tickets are on sale for the filming of this particular episode of Kingdom, and you know something like this is gonna happen. How much are you willing to pay? Oof. Like the tickets are on resale right now. Like you know, like would you buy it for $10?
Oh, I don't know.
$50? $150?
Okay, if it was like a group, like a girl group I like doing this equivalent thing, is it just the stage or do I get the whole concert? I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, the filming of this episode.
Oh, I get to go to the filming?
So the three performances?
Oh, I'd pay like I'd pay like $2, maybe a little more.
$2?
200.
Oh, 200.
Yeah.
You mean for the six performances or for the 3 that we saw?
I thought the 6 was what happened in the film.
Oh, 6 with 6 different groups? Oh, I
definitely
$3.
Over $100.
Yeah. What was your point of asking us this?
I was trying to figure out how much you guys want.
Oh, bro, if I would pay to watch like any of this crap behind the scenes, it would be crazy, right? Right, Anita? Okay.
So much money.
I felt like I saw someone wrote on Discord. I don't remember who, but someone wrote like it feels like half of these stages are end of the year performances at these big award shows. And half of these stages are just like modified music show stages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I feel bad for SF9 having to be on the same episode as these two. Right? I think the good thing.
Let's talk about SF9.
I think it was good. Number one, they maintained a lot of the original aspects of the song. Like, honestly,
they did. At
this point in the competition, I thought that was kind of refreshing because, like, we got a lot of crazy stuff. I think for what because they were reportedly one of the teams that did not know there was a unlimited budget. I think for what they did do, I enjoyed it. I thought they used those screens pretty well.
That was still pretty cool. Yeah.
To modify their stage. How do you feel, Anita, about this overall?
Well, I got to see the full episodes that they did, kind of like their behind the scenes leading up to the performance, and something that I did notice and they mentioned is that the members were not able to practice all together a lot of the time, like because they had a lot of individual activities that they were doing, like filmings and stuff. So that was interesting, and I think from the beginning I feel like, oh, this is kind of worrisome because it felt like they were going last and they already had these performances that they watched, and that you will compare them, of course, because that's the nature of the show. And I don't know, I just felt a little like, dang, not the best timing, not the best situation for them. But I think there were still a lot of things that I liked. Like you mentioned, I like that they retained a lot of the original song. The one thing that took away from me from the performance, and I don't think it's their fault at all, was the backup dancers.
They also have your hairstyles?
No. What I found a little bothersome is that they're not supposed to be the main attraction. I get that. So they're wearing all black clothes, but it also felt like they had scenes, especially with some of the female backup dancers, where they kind of do like couple dancing, like right? They do like a little bit of a choreo together, and it felt like it was almost like not enough attention was paid to how they were gonna look.
I could see that.
So it was a little odd. And then when you see like on the sides, when they're transitioning, like moving from one place to another, sometimes with the way that they were running or moving, I feel like, oh, are we not aware that they're on shot? Like the camera, like it felt a little.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's the only thing that bothered me.
The human staircase is like a typical aspect of these shows, right? It was 100% by the backup dancers too on this one.
Yeah.
I will admit, I'm looking through the clips again right now. Maybe they were like, do you guys have a black pair of jeans? Just wear those.
Yeah. That's kind of where I felt.
You got black blouses? No. Tell me your size. We'll get you the cheapest one from Taobao.
And honestly, it could be explained by the whole thing about not knowing about the budget and like
that's what that is.
Spending it somewhere else, right? Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I will admit this. Maybe I am growing old. I don't know, but to me, maybe it's because it felt much more like a music performance. I kind of enjoyed this. Sure, I don't have flying tentacles around the stage, but look. Sometimes I don't want a flying tentacle on my performance. I just want people dancing and singing and some cool spice to it, which were the black screen stuff.
Spoiler alert for the teaser for next week. I don't think that's too big of a spoiler, but next week they're switching songs between the groups.
Really looking forward to that.
But in terms of, we didn't get the rankings for this round, but we did get some votes. So experts, right, whoever they are, their favorite stages were the people who spent money. AT, Stray Kids, and The Boys benefited a lot, and then the three I.O.I, B2B, and SF9 had the lowest points there. Self-evaluation, AT's won that, followed closely by Stray Kids and B2B. And then The Boys was a little bit under that. And then there was a big drop off to I.O.I. And then SF9 got 0 points in self-evaluation. For reference, the fifth place team I.O.I got 550 points, where SF9 got 0 on that. So overall, before the global voting and YouTube views, ATEEZ holds first place, 2.9K. Stray Kids, 2.4K, followed by, then there's a drop off to The Boys, 1.8. And then B2B's at 1.4. And then I.O.I.'s at like 0.8, and then SF9's at like a 0.4, so they only have 440 points. So it seems like the favorite two stages were Stray Kids and ATEEZ, and honestly, I could see that.
I can see that too. They were nice.
All right.
I hope that next week people don't remix songs.
I bet you don't remix.
We'll see.
You're covering another person's music. Please, just take it as is. And
they want to sound different, though, I think.
Next week,
I expected.
Well, hello. This is Doug recording the next week segment again because I apparently recorded for the following week. But this week Tuesday, P1 Harmony on April 20th, and then on Monday we have Enhypen and AB6 on April 26th. Yes, bye. But this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Nita for joining me today. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Based, Mina, Delmonic, Jedi, Goku Mama, Jacob, Luke Daniel, Malfiar, and J Parks. Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, the weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erde, Koala, Alfiar, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.